Well, it's time to come over to the CCA workbench because we're here at the Fish Bites Trading Post.
Yes, sir.
And you know what, Dave? It's time for those rigs and techniques. What are we talking about? Mangrove snappers this week.
Exactly, and you know they're very good to eat. A little snapper, there's a ton of them around. You know they don't have to be that big to keep. 10 inches in the state waters, 12 inches in federal waters. You get to keep 5 in the state. You get to keep 10 in the feds. They're all part of that 10 snapper aggregate limit, though, so you can't keep more than 10 of them no matter what. He's also known as a gray snapper, and he's very popular for both inshore and offshore. The offshore guys catch the big ones, the ones that have become adults, and the inshore guys are usually targeting those 1 to 2 pound juveniles. You know, they're probably about 1 to 2 pounds once they get to that 10-inch range. And, you know, inshore, they're going to be found around bridges, structure, pilings, rock piles, mangrove shorelines, where they get their name, especially if there's some current coming by them. You know, if you've got a good current along a mangrove shoreline, if you work that shoreline, you're probably going to catch one. They hide in those mangroves and dart out and catch them.
Sand channels around the mangrove
So if you're going to be trying to catch those little fellas, you know, 30-pound monofilament, you can get 20-pound fluoro if you're not getting bites, fluorocarbon, because they are very wary sometimes and they have really good eyesight. So sometimes, you know, a little live bait hook with a shrimp on it or a piece of fish bites will sometimes work if you get them chummed up real good.
Yep.
Or you can even target them with a 1/4 ounce jig and with a little fish bite shrimp or one of these Fight Club dirty boxers,
right?
Or what was the paddle tail one we had? I forget the name of that one, but that's a really good too. That little paddle tail really works good as well.
The Fish Bites paddle tail.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It works really good. We caught quite a few of them the other day ourselves when we were out there. And you can use a good a pin slammer. Here's a good reel for them. You know, it's a full metal reel, great for salt water. You know, 8-ball bearings. It's got a good drag system. It's good for any little snapper you're fishing for, trout, redfish too, actually. You can do a lot of things with that pin slammer 3500. Full metal body, so it's
an awesome reel.
It's an awesome reel.
And relatively not too expensive, which is important in today's world.
Now, when you're going to target these bigger ones offshore, you're going to use, you know, kind of the same kind of stuff you're going to be using for small red snappers. You know,
right?
Chicken rig or a big knocker rig like this, except on a grander scale with a 2-ounce weight and a 7/0 circle hook. The best thing to do is to fish for these things at night.
Yes.
A mangrove snapper is a really good fish to target if you're out night fishing. The bigger ones you'll catch at night. I know that my buddy Cy Pazam up in the Central Florida area, when he used to live up there, he used to catch a lot of them between 12 and 18 pounds offshore at night.
Right.
Fishing their ledges, their reefs, their wrecks. Use a circle hook. Use a small live pinfish.
Correct.
They love the live pinfish, or even a mud minnow. They'll eat mud minnows, inshore and offshore. If you get big mud minnows, or even big little finger mullet. You know, little finger mullet, a whole one. They like to eat a finger mullet. For those, you're going to want to use something like that squall over there, with a 4-out squall with, you know, at least 30-pound test mono or 30-pound test braid. And maybe like a 50-pound fluorocarbon leader if you're fishing at night. If you want to go up to 50-pound, you can. Probably better off to start low, you know, 25-pound fluorocarbon. And, you know, if you're still getting bites up, you know, if you could start with 50, and if you're not getting any bites, drop your leader size down and even your hook size down. And do that way. You know, a fish bites chunk will work, you know, with a squid. You know, hold your squid on there better. Any kind, we got the 15-pound braid up here. That'll work for the inshore guys. If you go up to 30-pound for offshore.
I got a trick.
Yes, sir.
So, guys, when you have that live pinfish, what I want you to do is take a pair of scissors and right where his fins stop on his tail, cut that just so that he bleeds just a little bit.
There you go.
When you put him down, he's going to wiggle like crazy and create all this crazy attention, but he can't go anywhere. And because he's bleeding, it will turn those big snappers on like nobody's business.
Right, and if you're out there and you catch more, you know, if you catch a big one and Even if you're catching some red snappers or whatever, you might want to get a venting tool like this from Angler Company. This is really nice when it's aluminum with a lot of stainless steel inside, and it retracts so it doesn't get you.
I love that it's pocketable.
Yes, you can put
You
it on,
stick
put
it
it
in
on your
your pocket,
pocket
got a
up here or right here, so
Yeah.
you don't have to go looking for it.
See what happened to
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
It
there
just
you go.
disappeared.
It's disappeared. But anyway, get you a good venting tool if you're fishing on the bottom.
Great segment, Mr. Farrell.
No
Thank
worries.
you.
It was good. So,
All right.
so pocketable.
Pocketable.